Hi guys, today we're unboxing and setting up an Android TV stick. So this particular one is from Xiaomi. Details are in the description below, including purchasing links. So this is a competitor to the Amazon Fire Stick. Price wise, it comes in at around £35. Picture quality wise, maximum is 1080p on this. So let's open it up and see what you get in the packaging. Okay, so I've laid out all the items you get in the packaging, so let me quickly run through them one by one. You get some documentation and it's all multi-language. You get a cable to power the device. Cable quality seems reasonable. Cable length is 70 centimeters and the connections on there is USB to micro USB. You get an EU power adapter, and coming around the back, you can see the output is 5 volts, 1 amp. So plugging the device into the back of a TV should be sufficient to power it. You get a remote control. Build quality of this seems fine. Button quality seems okay as well. Actually takes 2 AAA batteries just to show. And finally, we have the TV stick. So a nice compact size to it. And in terms of dimensions, it's 8.5 centimeters by 2.9 centimeters and the thickness is 1.9. Connection point to your TV, so it's HDMI. And then coming around the side, you've got the micro USB point to power the device. And if I come around, you can see there's no other connection points on there. Coming around the top here, you've got an LED. In terms of spec, the CPU is a quad-core Cortex A53 logic. It has a GPU ARM Mali 450. RAM is 1 gig. Storage on the device is 8 gig. Has Bluetooth 4.2. Supports both 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi, and the OS on this is Android TV 9. As a comparison to the Amazon Fire Stick 4K, you can see in terms of height comes in shorter, thickness wise very similar, and again connections wise similar as well, just the power connection going in. And looking at the 2 remotes, you can see the Xiaomi one comes in slightly bigger, and even buttons wise very similar. But you can see for yourself, a few less buttons on the Xiaomi one. And just to note, it has voice control on there via the Google Assistant. Okay, so I'm at the back of my TV and just need 2 connection points, obviously HDMI and USB for this. So the micro USB connection point on the TV stick, one end of the cable goes in there, USB goes into the USB point, and obviously the HDMI connects directly to the device. And it's as simple as that to get connected up. Okay, so the device has started up and now it's saying get the remote control and press the button in the middle, so I'll press that. Let's hold on to it for a second. Welcome screen's appeared and there's a language selection, so if I scroll down and look for English United Kingdom, select that. Now we've got region selection, so if I scroll down, and what's interesting here, there is no United Kingdom in this list. So what I'll do, just for testing purposes, I'll just go for United States. Quickly set up your TV with your Android phone. So this allows you to transfer the Android's Wi-Fi details over to the TV stick. So we'll select skip for this one. Let's just go through the manual way. I'll select my test Wi-Fi network. Let me enter in my password off camera. I've entered my Wi-Fi password. Let me click next. Now it's suggesting to sign in with your Google account. So let me click sign in. It says use your phone or computer. We'll just use the remote for this. And next I need to enter in my account credentials. So let me enter that in off camera. I've entered in my credentials. Let me click next. Next it's asking if you accept the terms of service. I'll click accept. Location services to improve the experience. I'll say yes to that as well. And diagnostic info, so sending that to Android. I'll say no to that. Get better voice control for your TV. So continue to that. So a few things regarding privacy on that. So continue to that. Get personal results. So this is a situation where you've got a guest in your house or even another family member using the voice control. So do you want it unique to yourself or just generic? And now having it unique to yourself, there could be a possibility when someone else is using it, they could get personal details from your account. So probably best just to turn that off. Next, it's staying up to date with emails regarding the latest features. I'll just say no to that. Install additional apps, so we can skip that. So now a quick walkthrough of the features for the Android TV box. So we'll just skip through those as well. Now it's asking to accept terms and conditions for Xiaomi. Agree to that. And there we have it, up and running straight away. So it didn't take too long to set up. Some basic details you need to add in. Okay, so let's have a quick look around the interface on here. So nicely laid out, as you can see, just some basic apps available as you start off. And if I come up, you can see initially we've got Netflix, Prime Video, YouTube, Google Play, Movies and TV. You can add in more onto this, onto your favorite. Coming back from there, then you've got apps. So these are all the apps that are installed. So that's what you have by default. Some recommendations down here, and then games listed below. Back from there, then coming across, coming down, you've got Prime Video, apps in the spotlight, so just some suggestions to put on, Facebook Watch, customized channels, and you've seen for yourself, basic number of apps on here, a nice clean interface with Android TV on here. Let's test out Google Assistant on here. So you can see at the top it says click to speak, and you've got click to type. So going back there, and if I select this now, what's the weather like in New York next week?
On Sunday and Monday in New York City, New York, it'll be cloudy, with highs around 27.
There you go, works well. But the thing to be aware of, there is sometimes a subtle pause on here. So you've got to wait until the icon at the bottom left-hand corner appears, and then you can say it. Back from here, you've obviously got click to type, so you can type in something off the on-screen keyboard, just showing there. Coming back from there, if I go across the settings, briefly let me show you some of the options available. So set up your device name. So this is for casting purposes. So if I click on there, just lets you confirm the name you want to use with it. So we'll just go for the top one there, HDMI TV Stick. Looking here, you've got the network settings. You can see the account I've logged in with, apps in there. Just go in there for a moment, see all the apps. Go back from there, and then you've got device preferences. If I go in there, so at the top we've got about. So looking in here, you can see Android version 9 on here. Coming back from there, standard stuff, date, time, language, keyboard, display. So looking in display, screen resolution, and coming down, you can see the different display modes. So if I scroll down, you can see that's the lowest resolution there. If I go all the way to the top, you've got 1080p at 60 Hertz. Let's flip over to that. Okay, we can confirm that mode. So that's the highest mode you've got on here. So as I'd mentioned before, this doesn't stream footage in 4K. So keep that in mind if you're getting this. Back from here, color depth settings and color space settings on there. Now coming back, screen position, you can adjust that. Let's come back, and then let's have a look in storage. So by default, the unit comes with 8 gig of storage. Once everything's on there, that's what you're left with, so 5.2 gig. So this is with nothing else installed. Coming back from here, I go back into settings. Next one to show is remotes and accessories. So this is where you can add in other Bluetooth devices on here. Okay, so I've got my Bluetooth speaker here, so I can show how to add it in, very easy. If I go back into remotes and accessories, add accessory, searches for Bluetooth devices. So you can see my Echo Show there. So that's got Bluetooth capability, so I can push sound out via that. And there you go, Zenbury Z8 Plus. So this is the speaker I've got. Just accept a pairing request.
Device paired.
There you go, as simple as that to pair devices. So you're not limited to just Bluetooth speakers. You could do headphones, Bluetooth keyboards, and even Bluetooth gaming controllers. Now initially, let's test out streaming a video off YouTube. So if I go onto YouTube, there you go, we've got a video there. So if I select that, there you go, it starts up and the sound's coming straight out of the Bluetooth speaker. Now the volume control on here, obviously once you've moved over to connecting to a Bluetooth speaker, the sound will just go straight to the Bluetooth speaker. The sound coming out of this TV will stop if you've got it plugged into a TV. Now this is quite good because if you wanted to listen to music or even watch a show via the device and you had some Bluetooth headphones, you could just play the sound directly to that. So it's quite useful. Now if I turn the sound up, the sound's coming directly out of here now, the Bluetooth speaker. So that works well. And now looking at this video, if I click on it and we go to more HD, and this is the picture quality we're getting, so automatically it's selected 1080p. And you can see for yourself running really smoothly. no buffering, no lag or anything like that. My Wi-Fi it's connected to is just 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi, so keep that in mind. So there you go, works really well. Next, let's test out some gaming on the device. I've got beach buggy racing here, and let's go. So graphics wise, not too bad, but responsiveness is very poor. You can see I'm turning and there's a slight delay turning. It's a very poor performance. I'm quite surprised by that, not experienced it to be that bad. So you'd probably need quite a basic game on here and that would be okay, I guess, but not really something you'd use for gaming in any way. Next, to test streaming from a DNLA server. So I've got a Synology server with a DNLA service running on there, and I've got two videos on there. One is a 4K video and the other one is a 1080p video. So if I play the 1080p one first, turn the volume up a bit, asking if it wants to start from the beginning, start over, I'll say yes to that. Bit of a pause, as you can see. And there you go, it kicks in and seems to be working. Now I've set up the LED strip kit. So I've tested this out already and it seems to work reasonably well. The only thing is the pausing. You know, when it initially starts up, there's a big pause as it's trying to connect and obviously do its bits and pieces. But once it's up and running, 1080p videos, I don't see any issues with them. Sound quality wise, fine, and picture quality is fine as well. Now coming back from here, and if we play the 4K video, and again this big pause, and then it kicks in. But a big difference with this one, you can see for yourself, a lot of buffering, a lot of lag with this, and it just struggles to play it. Let it carry on a bit more so you can see for yourself. Now if I play some music, but there you go, yeah, it doesn't work well at all. So performance wise, the box does struggle with streaming 4K footage if it was coming from a DNLA server. So good to show this, at least you're aware. If you're thinking of purchasing it, at least you know this is what to expect from it. Next, let's test out casting to the device. So I'm at my Android phone here. If I click one of my videos, and in the corner there's a cast button. If I click there, you can see it just at the bottom, My TV Stick, click on that. And there you go, casting. So simple as that. So it works just like a Chromecast in the background. I don't see any issues with doing this sort of functionality on there. Next, let's run a speed test. Okay, so the speed test is ended and we've got a download of 20.93 megabits per second and an upload of 6.83 megabits per second. So my internet speed download generally is 70 megabits per second and upload is about 19. So quite a bit lost there. Next, just to show the performance of the interface, and as things are running and you're closing things down, you do start noticing a lag around the device. Now, reason being is obviously the poor processor and the limited amount of RAM in there. So it does struggle to cope. And as you're clicking around, what you'll notice eventually there'll be big pauses. So not experienced this on a TV box or TV stick before, so quite surprised to be seeing this. And again, you see there's a big pause and then it appears. So quite disappointing how it performs in general, just moving around the interface itself. Next, let's test out how fast the Android TV Stick starts up. There you go, 53 seconds. And now I navigate around, yeah, so 53 seconds, pretty slow. Now I thought it's worth mentioning the stick's been plugged in for about half an hour, and I have to admit I'm quite surprised how hot it's got. Very hot around this area. So one thing to be aware of, it does get hot quite quickly. Okay, so you've seen the unboxing and setup of this TV stick from Xiaomi. Simple to set up and configure like most TV boxes. Performance wise, it was reasonable, I think. I don't think it's highly rated in terms of CPU, GPU and RAM on the unit. If you compare it to the Amazon Fire Stick, I think the Fire Stick is more superior in terms of performance. Gaming wise, it was okay. It did struggle with more of the higher end stuff. If you had very low end gaming on there, it'd be fine. I wasn't too impressed with it. Obviously, I was using a Bluetooth controller, so my PS4 controller connected to it, and I don't think the performance was that great. Streaming wise, if you're watching catch-up shows or even YouTube, it's fine, no issues there at all. But if you had a DLNA server, you were connected over 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi, you saw for yourself, 4K videos, it may struggle with those. So if you're an Android fan and you wanted something very compact that you could use, and you were considering buying a Chromecast, I think this is probably a better alternative, only because you get more functionality in it than the Chromecast, and it's just a little bit more in cost than the Chromecast. But if it was a trade-off between this and the Amazon Fire Stick 4K, I'd be swayed towards the Amazon Fire Stick 4K, only because it drops in price regularly, and I managed to pick up one for £30, which is cheaper than this one. So there you go. I hope it's helped anyone thinking of purchasing this. Details are in the description below. Hang around for the end cards. I'll have some more TV boxes. Drop me a like if you've liked this video and let me know what you thought of it. If you haven't liked this product, let me know why you haven't liked it. Thanks for viewing and see you in the next one.